I gotta say, if you're the type of person that has that kernel of ambition to not want to work in a corporate job your whole life, not answer to a boss your whole life, not do a job that's not on your own terms, maybe you're a creative type and you want to choose what job you do, or maybe even enjoy it for once, and maybe even make your fortune. Maybe you're ambitious. If you have that kernel of inspiration, even if it's dormant right now, never let it die, because that can be the source of your success. I got to share something with you. I keep seeing the same sort of things happen over and over, and people come to me for business advice, and I do mentoring of startups and all this kind of stuff on the side. And, there's something I've noticed that, well, let me put it like this. It's like when we're young, usually when we're young, okay, we see a lot of these celebrity entrepreneurial role models. The Elon Musks of the world, or the Jeff Bezoses of the world. 10 years ago it was the Steve Jobs and Bill Gateses of the world. And 10 years before that, it was the Gordon Moores, And these people are inspirational. They're inspirational for a lot of young people that see them changing the world and being creative and being successful in business. It's like sort of the left and the right come together. You get that marriage of creativity and, capitalism sort of coming together, and it's inspirational for many, many types of people, including people that are somewhere in the middle and they kind of borrow from both sides of the aisle. It's great. It's a great thing. And I can't fault anyone for being inspired by these people. I don't know if it's a phase that we all go through, or maybe the more tuned in among us have the prescience to be able to not have to learn this the hard way. But there's a difference between being inspired by these people and trying to emulate them. The thing is, these people are wildly successful. And of course, it's because they're wild exceptions to the rule. Okay. The Elon Musks and Jeff Bezos of the world, they are not typical. And the way they succeeded is not typical. And so although these people are a great source of inspiration, when you try and sort of emulate their success by doing what they did, that's when you run into problems. It's like me saying, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to Las Vegas tonight. I'm going to put all my money on black, let it ride, and I'm going to win the jackpot. I'm going to win $1 million. And that's step one. Okay. And then step two is even more unlikely. All right. Well, obviously the statistical odds of this working out are pretty poor, right? But yeah, that's what a lot of startup founders and entrepreneurs that I see, that is what they're doing. And even if you could emulate, even if you were as brilliant as some of these people perhaps are, the world has moved on from when, they were doing their thing. So although they're a great source of inspiration, you don't want to emulate what they did. It doesn't really work. Okay. Also, it's been done, right? People are aware of this, and it's become a bit of a cliche a lot of times too. Something that I don't know where this came from. Somebody said this, probably a lot of people have said this, but they've recommended, listen, if you're interested in business and you want to learn business and you want to know what to do that's going to result in success and prosperity for you, don't follow advice. Instead, go and read the life stories of these people. Read what they did. Read fact. Don't read opinions and recommendations. Here I am talking myself out of a job here. But read their story, and you can at least learn something from that, because you're given a healthy dose of reality, even if it's in the past, even if this is the thing that you can't really replicate anymore. At least it's reality. And, so this is a problem. This is a problem for a lot of people, because they try and emulate their role models, and their role models suck, by the way. They're inspirational, but they're a terrible source of advice. Okay. And so people ask me, well, what should I do to learn business and to learn what works and what doesn't work, and to learn a way of doing things that I might be able to do that would fit me and play to my strengths and play to the environment that I'm in. You know, when I say, well, look, instead of basing your learning on something that's highly unlikely, okay, base your learning on what's typical. So go out and find businesses near you, okay, the types of businesses that are in the industries that you're interested in. Find these, okay, contact the people in them and ask if you could just talk to them. Say, can I come down? Could we grab a coffee? You know, and ask them questions. And if you're talking to them, ask them to give you a tour, you know, look at what's around you. Look at what's typical. Look at the things that do occur, and they occur in your neighborhood. Okay, start with that. If you want to see what's actually out there, do this. I'm not saying go to business school. Don't go to school to learn business. I mean, I'm not knocking school. It certainly has its purpose. But if you want to see what's possible and what you have a good chance of being able to replicate if you did want to do this and put your effort behind it, this is what I would recommend. Okay. Now, if you already know how to do this, how to find the businesses around you, how to find the people in them, how to reach out to them, how to talk to them, if you already know that, great, do it. If you're just starting out, you don't know how to do this, this is kind of intimidating to you. For what it's worth, I do talk about that in my Get Hired course, because that's coincidentally how you contact hiring managers and things to get hired, right? So link up there. I walk you through how to do this, but I'll put a link in the description if you are interested in that, but no pressure. I'm not here to sell a course. That's a far more valuable thing to do, okay, than sitting at home watching YouTube videos about Elon Musk's latest speech and what his advice is to entrepreneurs now who are starting out from zero, because, you know, he knows so much about starting out from zero now. You know, go out and see what's in your own backyard. See what people are doing. See what it's possible to do. And when you see how many of these businesses are doing this and how many are successful and the type of money they're making, you know, I think that will be a whole new level of inspirational. It'll be inspirational, but it'll be also something on a personal level that has a personal connection with you, so that hopefully it becomes a little more real. Okay. So if you're serious about being an entrepreneur or starting your own company and you want to know what to do, you're just starting out. Okay. That's maybe a direction I would recommend that you take. Okay. Beyond getting the initial inspiration, reach out to the real people that are near you, that can talk to you, that can show you examples of what they've done. And I'll tell you something, I say this in my course, but I'll say it here. You know, if you're thinking, why would these people ever talk to me? You know, why, like, I'm a nobody. Why would they talk to me? They've got a successful company, they're busy. Why would they give me some of their time when I'm not a partner, I'm not a customer, I'm not an employee, you know, I'm just sucking up their time? Why would they do this? I'll tell you why. It's because people love to be flattered. Okay, if you contact them and you say like, wow, your business looks really awesome. You know, I'd love to have a business like that one day. You know, I understand you built the whole thing yourself and it's taken you a couple of years. And I would love to sit down and hear your opinions and your thoughts on this industry and what young entrepreneurs should do today. You know, because I think, you know, what you've done is amazing. You know, if you could spare half an hour of your time to have a coffee with me or something, I would really appreciate it. Something like, it is so flattering to get people contacting you unprompted to say stuff like that a lot of people will just accept it because they you know, it's let's be honest, it strokes their ego, you know? So anyway, hopefully this is useful for you. Don't try and make your fortune the Elon Musk way, in my opinion. Don't try and make your fortune the Steve Jobs way or the Jeff Bezos way. I think of those three, I think Jeff Bezos is probably the most grounded in reality. But hey, what do I know? Consider going in that direction. Hopefully that makes sense. Thank you very much. Please like, share, subscribe, blah, 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 all the YouTube crap. and I will see you on the next video. Take care.